All right, y'all. It's the last of our processes. Craft is fine art. Ceramic, kiln fired clay, turn into hard, breakable surface. We all own something made out of ceramic or have eaten off of it. Salt cellar, used for salt. Salt was a sign of wealth at one time. Sala, salt, salary. Here is a terracotta pot. Here's a tea bowl for the wabi sabi tea period. This is ceramic. On the test, you see that thing that looks like ooey gooey chocolate? It is hard, cold ceramic. It's also trompe l'oeil, but we're going to use it for the test as ceramic. The bottom cup is glass. The mousse is ceramic. Here's a vase. Here's making a pot. They call it throwing a pot because to see that first clump of clay there, you got to throw it on there hard. If it doesn't stick, it'll go flying once that wheel starts to spinning. This I had a piece of, and my cat knocked it down. I love this black on black. I don't have the piece or the cat anymore. This is to show you glazes that are matte. And here's another glaze. It's called rabbit's hair fur is the nickname for it. Earthenware, terracotta. Porcelain, very difficult to work with. I just like this onion feely. So they made a vessel that was too small to put anything in the top, making it not useful ware. Making it art, not quote unquote craft. Ming plate. Again, we haven't eaten off a Ming plate. Maybe some of y'all have. I haven't, but still. Ceramic. It's one of my favorite ceramicists. All of these tiles are handmade and hand painted for the mihrab. Same with these for the Blue Mosque. Judy Chicago made a plate for famous woman. Here's Gentileschi's place setting and the fabric and the colors and everything has to do with her specifically. That was our girl. Wasn't allowed to be an artist because it was a time period. This is Eva Held. She's local. She either makes these giant pieces in either black or white. And this is one of my sneaky peek pics. Like, I illegally took this photo, but they're amazing, huge sculptures. Glass. Chihuly in Venice. There's Tiffany again. This little tiny bowl made it 2,000 years, which is amazing to me. It's glass. Stained glass windows. Another Chihuly, almost 30 feet. Here's an installation of his work. His bottom of the pool has this, and then it has plexi on top. I just think this looks like cool sea creatures. This reminds me of a jellyfish. That's just me. Fred Wilson strip drop plop. Then there was weaving. This is a famous tapestry. They used to put it on walls to keep castles warm. Somehow this is made without a loom. I don't know how. This is construction paper, and he made it to look like a handgun. This used to be sewn and wrapped as presents for in India for wedding ceremonies, so you could keep the blanket or use as a blanket or whatever in your house. The Gee's Bend quilts. There's a great documentary on this, and we still have some of the quilts at Noma, which is, of course, now closed because of this crazy virus. But they lived in an isolated place in Alabama, and they became known, and their quilts went everywhere and traveled to different museums, and they even made stamps in a documentary about them. Faith Ringgold would take her mother's quilts and then paint on them. And this is called Tar Beach, which was their idea of a vacation, to go on top of the roof and pretend like it was the beach, living in New York. This is made entirely of buttons. That's the detail. This talks about him being half British, half Nigerian, and that the fabrics that are sold in Ghana and Nigeria are actually designed in England, made in England, sent there, sold. So it's this duality of this Western dress, but with these fabrics that are supposed to be known from being from Africa. This is King Tut's gold fan. Here's a bracelet. So jewelry making. All right, the salt cellar. You see this? See that bowl that's in there? You put salt in there. Salt stood for salary. If you had salt, you was rich. This is the most famous salt holder in the world. You could pay people in salt at one time. So you got this made, and you went and called everybody, y'all come over for dinner because I got salt. So, salt cellar. You put your salt in there. I'm going to show you this picture. This is a 4-inch nose ring. How are you going to holler at anybody with this crayfish, as they say, crawfish hanging out of your nose? This is a hinge just for a door. This is just for your hair. I love this, but I wouldn't want to polish it. Here's a teapot. This is to make spitballs, and it is made out of platinum. Wood. There's Gaudi's chair again. This destroyed in the earthquake, but pretty cool. Martin Puryear. He's an interesting dude. And he made this ladder for Booker T. Washington. Namaste.